I received an email the other day that had one of the bizarrest misunderstandings of the Aorist I think I've ever seen. It's in Matthew 19:28. And so let's take a look at this. It says, "But Jesus said to them, 'Truly I say to you that you all,'" and now he's going to define who that is, "those who have followed me," and then you have to go down to the actual verb, "you all will sit." Well, when will you all sit? Well, in the Palingenesia, in the renewal of all things, in the New Age. And when's that going to happen? When the Son of Man sits on the throne of his glory. Then we're going to get to this main verb. You also, so you notice that Matthew is repeating the humes, which is understandable considering the intervening phrases. You also will sit on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, perhaps this is a little easier to see in a phrase version of the verse. So truly, I say to you that you all, who are they? Well, those who have followed me. Akleutheo takes the direct object in the dative. And then, you all, in the Palingenesia, when the Son of Man sits on his throne of glory, then you all also will sit. Where? On 12 thrones. And what will you be doing? You'll be judging the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel. So here's the really bizarre interpretation. It has to do with this aorist participle. The person was trying to argue that Judas was in heaven, and he was basing it upon the aorist tense of the participle. So I'll just read you the note. It says the 12 disciples had followed him, meaning Jesus, until that moment, and being aorist, it is a completed and finished action that cannot be changed, and therefore Judas and the other apostles will have their thrones in heaven. It's really hard to know where to start to explain how absolutely horrendous that interpretation of the aorist is. First of all, that is not what the aorist does. The aorist, its aspect, describes an action looking at it as a whole, normally in past time, but it is as a whole. There's nothing about it being eternally binding or anything like that. The fact of the matter is, the reason this is an aorist participle is that you're setting up a sequence with this verb. They have followed, and therefore they will sit. So that's the relationship. And also, remember, you're out of the indicative mood. There is zero sense of time outside of the indicative mood. This is a participle. So again, please, you all, if you don't really know Greek well, don't make pronouncements that can't be found in any commentary. And when you're listening to someone throw Greek around as if they know what they're doing, be really careful at listening to them. All that the aorist is saying is that these 12 disciples had followed Jesus, and the benefit is that they will sit. But it says nothing about the permanency of that. Forget the fact also that kathesisthe is a future. It is not an aorist. So the promise of sitting is not an aorist, but a future. My goodness. Be careful with Greek, please.